So Doc, DOC, it's not your real name.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I took the DOC actually from one of my other mentors, Dr. Dossman. I was like that Doc situation. And so my first name is Manasseh, and my last name is Weegley. I'm a junior. I just thought, hey, you know what? Let me go by Doc Manasseh. It's a little bit easier. People won't trip out on my last name, and it's just a little bit swag to it. So I go by Doc Manasseh. Keep it simple. Go by my first name. So origin of the name, my dad, my grandfather was a pastor. He named all his kids Bible names. My dad and my mom, my parents were originally from Nigeria, but the name itself is a Bible name. That's the origin of it.
You know, we jumped midway into the story, but you had a previous career prior to becoming a doctor, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had the privilege of working about 11 years for the County of Riverside HIV/AIDS program, where I had the opportunity to develop my own program called the Adams Project. It's called African Descent AIDS Mobilization Project, and that project basically took me literally from a small program in Riverside County to the White House. And it was crazy how that went. I was tapped to be the second, I made it all to the second, tapped to be part of the Congressional Black Caucus CSAR for HIV/AIDS policy. And unfortunately, the person that beat me out was a Baltimore health officer who had an MD, MPH, which was crazy. So I went from California to DC in about a month. It was crazy. Good conversation. I thought I was about to go to the White House and work with Obama, but that didn't pan out. I was supposed to be a doc, so here I am.
Yeah, and he said that you're like a little legend out here. Like, people respect your game because you're really good at what you do. Yeah. Why are you so good? Why are you so good? Why are you able to be so good when it comes to football?
I just play with my head, sir. I'm just really smart about how I play.
Okay, where'd that come from?
Probably my mentors.
Well, this guy, Dr. Richard Sage, or Dr. Sage, basically changed my whole perspective. And why he changed my perspective was he started talking about something called manipulation under anesthesia. And I was blown away, like blown away. I've never heard that before. I was leaning in my seat like this. Like every word that he was talking about, I was clinging on. There was at least about 120 students from different class levels, from first term, second term, third term, all the way to 10th term. And basically, long story short, he broke down what he does and how he does it. And I knew I had to have this guy be my mentor. I knew it. Like I knew I had to see this guy. So what I did was, I was thinking as he's talking, I'm like, man, you know what? How can I ask a question that's general but also specific? And what I came up with was, I just got a question for him. He's like, yeah, go ahead. I said, Dr. Sage, do you take any interns? He was like, I do. I've had a bunch of interns come through. I said, okay, thank you. And as soon as we was done with his stuff, I came right to him. I said, listen, my name is Manasseh. He said, I know who you are. I said, I would love to have an opportunity to get to your office. I said, yeah, whatever. Then his son heard that, and he was like, well, we're having something tomorrow. I'm like, I'm there. I'm there. So she's no longer here, but the person there at the time, she worked in the front office. She basically was like, yeah, I'll see you, whatever. But I was in like a workout clothes. So when I came here, because I knew it was like establishment, I came in dress clothes, right? So I'm sitting in the corner right there, kicking it like that, and waiting, and Dr. Sage runs out and is like, Manasseh, you're here? I was here for like 20, 30 minutes. And basically, the person who said she didn't recognize me because I was in, some dress up clothes, whatever. I rushed in here, changed into my scrubs, and I walked into the OR, and that changed my life. I said, I don't know how I'm gonna get here. I don't know what class I need to take, but I need to be doing that. Blew my mind. And that was on a Thursday in February, and I haven't left. February 14, 2014. And when I say I came here like looking for a job, I didn't. I just came to follow whatever he did. Like I was his shadow, still is. But more importantly, when I started here, I was his shadow. Like wherever he went, I went. And just basically, long story short, I started treating his patients, and then around my graduation, he was like, listen, love to have you be part of the team. and I literally graduated and had a full practice waiting for me. And they were always calling me doctor, so I told them not to, but they called me doctor, came to call me doctor. And it just, you know, it's like family. So I've been here, and this is where I get most of the brain work and ideas from. Absolutely.
David, how did you get into the business?
I got into the business. I was a former football player. And
Where'd you play?
I played at Tuskegee University in Alabama. Once I was in the midst of training and finishing up school, I just kept on getting asked by athletes and people to train them. So started doing that, and as the window of football closed, started training more, learning more, and you know, took a little piece of what my mentor did for me and kind of molded it into my own style, and just started training in it, and then everything just blew up after that.
So you consider yourself what's your specialty as a trainer? Is it movement, function, functionality?
Yes, it's basically a mixture of functional movement with also ski mechanics, explosion. So it's kind of a variety of that, and now also I'm bringing in a lot of corrective movements, just in the hips, hip flexors, glutes, all that stuff. Finding a lot of dysfunctions. So my specialty is finding dysfunctions first, fixing them, and then training them after.
I think the number one thing I would tell my young self is patience, Doc. Patience. Just have a little bit of patience and enjoy the process of being patient. I think so often what happens is we have a plan, and that plan sometimes is not a straight line. It takes us through detours. And the methodology is simple. It's you got to stick to this basic word I call discipline. You got to break these steps into a daily process so that you can achieve the bigger goal. And what I've done and try to do in each of the steps is to remind myself that I'm on a journey of patience. That although I have this big goal that I want to achieve, I got to break it down to small steps. And how I approach my career is how I approach my patient. I'm detail-oriented in breaking down the steps so that we can achieve the overall goal of my patient and my career. I think just people looking at me and looking at what I'm doing right now, I think most people think that it just happened, you know, just like that. And really, honestly, it was a transformation of bringing what I'm good at, realizing what I'm good at, and being humble enough to know that I don't know everything. And that I still need to go out there and continue to learn more so I can be more efficient in the process of growth. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right below. You see it. Go. There you go. There you go. Hit that. Hit that a couple of times. Everybody know. Thanks for your support. We're excited for episode 1, season 1. Can't wait for the next episode. Appreciate you. Holla. Let's go.
Let me make sure I get the whole frame.
What's up, Doc?